As you are coming up now,
It's too bad.
no, you are good. We are good to go now. We are rolling now. Can you please tell us your name?
I am Dr. Ben Amodu, a fellow of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, a fellow of alternative medicine. I own African Alternative Medicines Hospital, a 30-bedded hospital here in Abuja, and I'm a lead phytomedicine researcher.
So, what can you tell us about your new discovery on this coronavirus, COVID-19?
Immediately the pandemic broke out, I think about 10-15 days, the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology gave a statement on the news item on the TV that whoever is a local researcher that has knowledge in this area should contact them. And I was the first to write. When my letter was not attended to by way of calling me, I approached them that I'm the one who wrote this. And I have done a research on the cure of cancer of the throat. It is from there I got this vaccine because I was waiting to know what was the mode of infection of the new virus, and I was told it's through the throat. So we got something that can eliminate cancer of the throat and thereby disorganize any diseases of the throat, including corona, even Hanta that has just come out, and also the Toyota virus that is yet to come out.
So, what is the Nigerian government doing now as you've gotten this innovation, this vaccine that they even want to get from China?
Well, getting this vaccine from China, I'm coming from the background of herbal medicine. Not just herbal medicine, from food medicine. No side effects. And I have always said this, my medicine will be the one to beat anywhere in the world. This vaccine will be the one to beat anywhere in the world. One, it does not have side effect. Two, it is very, very effective. So, you know, people like things that come from abroad. But as I've said, I said the same thing when I discovered the cure for malaria about 15 years ago. And I said that time that it is a vaccine for malaria and it's also for curative. And it was compared against chloroquine. And it was found equal to chloroquine or better than chloroquine and pyrimethamine. And today it still stands. And even with that alone, don't talk about my new cure, my new prevention, which is a vaccine. I already have a curative and a vaccine agent in the name of Sabma, which beats chloroquine. I already have that one. It's listed by NAFDAC, it's in the market, and it's doing very well. It cures malaria within a few hours of use, malaria and typhoid. And now it can prevent and cure corona. And as a matter of fact, there's somebody in isolation who is positive, and we're hoping that he will do his test tomorrow. And so far, he's in very high spirits because he can see the effect of the medication already.
So you are boldly telling Nigeria that you've given someone on isolation your vaccine to take?
Yes, that is the one with, you know, there are supposed to be 4. One of them is undergoing a test, which is the COVID19. That's the vaccine. These 3 has been given to the person. The SAP, which you know boosts the immune system beyond human imagination. The SAP-6, which takes care of lung diseases, cancer of the lungs, pneumonia, and what have you. And then the first one is the SAPMA, which you are aware beats chloroquine in an international fora in Addis Ababa because it was tested in a suppressive test, a prophylactic test, and a curative test, and it was found to have 97% effectiveness against P. falciparum, which is the causative agent of malaria. And apart from that, it's an adjuvant in the treatment of so many diseases.
So, what are you telling Nigerian government now? Because a lot of people are really worried about this.
I have 2 vaccines. one undergoing all tests, and so far it has been cleared in the test. We're just waiting for NAFDAC's note. Then the other one has been registered and listed by NAFDAC in the last 10 years, and it's already good to go with the SAFA 6, which takes care of pneumonia, lung diseases, and stops fibrosis of the lungs. And then the immune booster, which has won consistently African immune booster of the year 3 times because of the consistency as an immune booster on the market.
So what are you telling Nigerian government
Nigeria
now?
has a sustainability in all this virus fight with the research I'm doing and with the research my colleagues are doing. And the president's statement is very clear. Let us look, he will use everything available, including alternatives available in his country to protect his people. And this is one of those alternatives we have. We are ready to work with government. I read in the newspaper in Vanguard about 3 days ago that India says it's not going to give its chloroquine to any country. It's not going to export it. It's only when America begs, they say, okay, we can give you a little. So, and we have something better than chloroquine. So what are you talking about?
So what are your products that you want Nigerians to know that you've at least?
Submal, which has been listed over 10 years ago, is for malaria and typhoid, and by latest discovery now, for prevention of corona and for cure of corona. Then we have SAFA 6, which takes care and prevents cancer of the lungs, pneumonia, lung diseases, including fibrosis. Then finally, the immune booster, the SAP, which you're aware of, is an immune booster. It boosts the immune system of the human being beyond human imagination. These are the combinations, and as soon as SAPVID comes on board, it joins as number 4. But so far, the 3 are working perfectly. And we now have 2 vaccines from Nigeria, and I've given it to government to test. So what am I supposed to do? I've done my research work, and you can recall that the same country, Nigeria, went to China to get artemether annual for malaria, which state governments spent 3.6 billion clearing land. As we speak, nobody has produced any capsule of artemether annual from that investment of over 3.6 billion. We were not given anything, but we did a local research here to get a number 1 product in the world, because it has beaten chloroquine for the treatment of malaria with 97% effectiveness against P. falciparum, which is the main causative agent of the malaria. And it doesn't have side effects, unlike chloroquine, that the suppression of the use is due to the too much of the side effects it has.
So all Nigerians are in fear now. Most people don't even want to even eat because of this fear of.
No, they shouldn't fear. They should just know that we have something that is better than what the world has. And if the world brings anyone, when I talk like this, I always say, please subject these things to analysis. When I discovered Submal on the NTA Panorama, I was talking about SAB, and I said I was going to get a specific malaria product that would be better than any of the anti-malaria. And it came out, Submal. We sent it to America in line with best practices to be published. Then an American publisher exposed our products details to WHO, and WHO sponsored us to the UN to present it. And the presentation was for the suppression of malaria, prophylaxis of malaria, suppression of malaria, and for the cure of malaria compared with standard drugs of chloroquine and pyrimethamine using the mice. And it was found to have very, very high effects on the mice in terms of anti-malaria effects, which was comparable to chloroquine and pyrimethamine, and also described better than them. So what else do we need? We don't need anybody to tell us this. So we just hook on, and we are good to go. And it does not have side effects like chloroquine and perimethamine has.
So do you now said the calling of China to come and help us in Nigeria is of no use?
Well, China haven't been able to beat its own situation. If government decides that they should come, I don't think there's anything really too wrong. Maybe because of the experiences they have there, they want to get those experience. And in any case, government has said that they will only teach knowledge on the equipment and other things they have brought. So another good thing is that they should subject those equipment and other things they have brought because of the social media information that we have. They should subject whatever that has been brought to some international standard protocol tests.
Is it not time for Nigerian government to look inward?
The inward I said is captured in the president's statement. That is why we don't need to overemphasize it. When president has spoken about alternative, what else could he be speaking of if it's not this type of alternative? And my hospital is also African Alternative Medicines Hospital. We don't do operation. We use our medication to take care of communicable and non-communicable diseases. And it is important. Let me let our colleagues know and viewers that I am into a research on communicable and non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are diseases of lifestyle: HIV, hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, tuberculosis, Zika virus, Lassa fever. This Ebola. These are the gamut of diseases, and many more are coming out. Now we have Corona there, and Hunter has come out. But this vaccine will take care of all of them. Call them any name, Toyota virus. It will take care of them. So now, the non-communicable disease, which is the second aspect of my research of 35 years, has to do with heart diseases, high BP, diabetes, stroke, cancer, chronic kidney disease, asthma, arthritis, ulcer. These are the gamut of diseases. And in all this, we have local solutions that can stand the test of time. Otherwise, looking at the discovery of something that compares with chloroquine alone should let anybody know, any Thomases know. And finally, before I stop, since we look up to America, look up to elsewhere in the world, American scientists came here to my lab and picked 5 of my products: SAPA 5, SAPA 6, SAPA 7, SAP, DAPS, and DAPS 1 for analysis because they had their anti-cancer. They started first with SAPA 6 in their lab in Texas, and it was for colon cancer because of preponderance of colon cancer in the America. And they found that the thing was reacting very well, and they saw that it could also go for lung cancer. The same test was pari passu done, and they got 89% cure rate in both cancers. Is it not a rejoicing that a Nigerian product, one, could cure 2 cancers in the world? And with those people that talk with both sides of their mouth, I think with this they should just keep quiet. Herbal medicine for infectious diseases, for diseases that have no standard in terms of orthodox medicine. Herbal medicine is to the rescue. And Nigerian medicine is coming out with the research work I'm doing and with the research work my colleagues are doing. We will beat many more situations in the world of medical health. Nigerian medicines will stand out. And in any case, did medicine not come from plants? The chloroquine we are saying from cinchona alkaloid, the back of a cinchona plant, aspirin, meadow plant, morphine and petidine, which are pain drugs of choice when you want to relieve pain, from a small poppy plant in Pakistan. That is how it was gotten. Vincristine, vinblastine, well-known anti-neoplastic drugs. How did we get them? They came from Perinkle. So I can keep on mentioning them. And in medical practice today, 74% of drugs used come from these sources, and they correlate directly with their folklore uses. So what is anybody saying? So Nigeria, let's get serious. We're the black nation, the biggest black nations in the world, and if we have our own solutions for a global situation, why should we be afraid to come out and and hold it. And finally, for all those who suffer from sickle cell, for all those who have marriage issues because they are SS and all that, they cannot marry, the solution has also come. As we can now cure sickle cell by way of reverting the SS to AS. And once the medication is started and the patient stabilizes, no more attack again. And at the end of the day, there's a rito conversion from SS to AS. This is very important so that a lot of people who are having issues, who want to go to India, China, Egypt, and somewhere, we have the original cure here without operation. And it is the first of its kind anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, all right, Daddy. A lot of people are asking for your address on this line now. They are sending
I am
messages.
10 Georgini. This is where the factory is located, 10 Georgini, Apple National Assembly Quarters. And then the hospital, the African Alternative Medicines Hospital, is located by the side of Development Control, Zone 6, Wuse, Abuja. Zone 6, Wuse, Abuja, 46, number 46, Lusaka Street.
Because a lot of people are even asking for your phone number.
Give it to them. My numbers are 080 37 899 735. But if there is a question, we can take. If you can tell them, if anybody has any question, we can take, please.
No questions now. They're just asking for your address.
Okay.
Finally, your final message to Nigerians.
My final message to Nigeria is that they can recall when the president of America was being inaugurated, he said Nigeria is fond of marrying wives, this and that. We have not discovered anything. If you listen to this, we have major discovery. The cure for cancer of the lungs, the cure for cancer of the colon, and by extension, asthma are now curable today. Prostate cancer are now curable without operation today. Kidney stone can be dissolved. And then this issue of malaria drug, Samal, that beats chloroquine, is a Nigerian nutraceutical that is doing the cure and the prevention, and by extension now, prevention and cure of coronavirus. So, and even the sickle cell, which will make Nigeria stand tall in the Committee of Nations in the world. I am willing, I'm ready to work with government to advance Nigeria's cause in an area that so many countries of the world don't even know what to do.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Using our God-given helps